Welcome to Pafford Homestead. Welcome to our kitchen. Today we are going to be doing a good recipe, an old recipe. Well, back in the pioneer days maybe. Nah, newer than that. Probably. Not sure. But what we're doing today is we are going to be making homemade from scratch fruit pies. And I mean the dough is going to be homemade and everything. But today we're going to have a special guest in the kitchen. Somebody that has not been on our channel yet. So I'm going to get everything prepped and ready. Get ready to make these fruit pies, and I'll introduce you to our special guest on Pafford Homestead. Stick around. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for more notifications, and give us some thumbs up. See you in a minute. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pafford Homestead. So I want to give you a little insight to what you're going to need for making your homemade fruit pies. And what we're going to do is we're going to use self-rising flour. We're going to do 2 cups of self-rising flour, but we're going to sift it. You're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of cut up butter, 1/2 cup of milk, and 1 egg. So I'm going to introduce y'all now to my special guest here in the kitchen today who's going to be helping me make fruit pies. I want y'all to say hello to our granddaughter, Natalie. She's the one that lives in the back with our oldest daughter. Today we're going to be doing what?
We're going to be making apple pies and cherry pies.
Apple and cherry fruit pies, correct. So let's get this video started. Okay, so what we're going to start with is I got 2 cups of flour in the sifter. I'm going to let Natalie sift it up. So all you're going to do is you're going to raise it up like this, and you're going to turn this handle until all that flour is gone. This is a great little recipe for kids to do. I'm actually going to be the one frying them up. I'm not going to let her around the stove. She's not ready for that yet. So you're doing a great job. If you do not have a sifter, you can actually take your flour and use a whisk. All you're doing is when you're sifting it, you're giving it a little air in the flour, but you're also breaking up any clumps that's in it. So just shake it around a little bit, get it all out, beat it around. There you go. And we are going to use more flour for rolling the dough out. So you actually want probably about 3.5 cups total flour for everything, but you're only going to use 2 cups of flour in the dough itself. So the next step, after you have your dough sifted, is we are going to do 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So you're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of salt, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, next, you're going to take your butter. Mm-hmm. Wash your hands because you just touched the dog. Okay, while she's washing her hands, I have cut up butter, 1/4 cup of butter, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put the butter in here. We're just going to put it around, just drop it in. Now see, you're learning how to make, this is what is a pastry dough, a pie dough. This is what we're making right now, what we're going to fry the fruit in.
We made pie before, but I don't think we ever made it like this.
Mm-hmm. Yes. There you go. Okay, so as you can see, I have the butter here in the flour. So Natalie is going to take my hand mixer, and she is going to mix it until the flour is kind of like a fine sand, or like you would get a clumpy type sand. You gotta put it down in there. There you go. Now move it all around. What you're doing now is you're cutting the butter into the flour. You want to move it all up in there and just keep going with it. And you are going to have a mess, and that's okay. That's what you want.
It's getting kind of messy.
Yep. Let's move it all around. Get that butter all up in there, because you want the butter in there. Let me show you something.
It's a lot of flour.
Mm-hmm.
The sifter was fun.
Yep. You want to make sure your butter is cut up really good, because that helps bind it as well. And this will make, this recipe right here will make 8 fried pies. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of looks like sand. That's the best way you can describe it, is sand. So I have my 1 egg here. I'm going to crack the egg open. Was that surprising? That Granny can do it with 1 hand?
Right.
And we're going to go ahead and whisk it up a little bit, just to where the yolk is broke. And we're going to go ahead and add your 1/2 cup of milk.
Milk.
Yep.
Like what Bubba drinks.
Yep, like what Bubba drinks. And you're going to whisk that together as well.
Whenever you were starting to mix it, kind of looked like cake batter.
Kind of look like cake batter. Well, that's the kind of way to start a cake batter. We'll have to make a cake one day together. Okay, so I got that whisked together. And now we're going to put it in the flour. Here's your mixer. And you're going to mix it up till it comes to a doughy substance.
Yep.
Keep going. Move it around. There you go.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, it gets a little rough. It does get rough. There you go.
Let's get it out. It is really hard whenever it gets really doughy.
Yes. Yeah, let's get some of that dough out. Let's spin it
What
out.
did you say how many pies?
It makes 8 pies.
8 pies.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to mix. Me and Mom just usually go with our hands out.
Well, you can do that too, but it just gets sticky. Gets really sticky when you use your hands, and it sticks to you. So.
And there's a little gingerbread on the back of the spoon.
Aw, thank you.
Where'd you get it?
It was a Christmas gift from my boss at work. She knew I liked to bake, so she gave me some baking stuff for Christmas. She knows I like to bake and can. So, but I think we are going to do it Mommy's way on sticking your hands in there. Go ahead, Natalie. Stick your hands in there.
Really doughy, really sticky. There's still some flour on the bottom.
Yep, that's okay. Mix it all up really, really good.
It's like you're making pizza dough.
Yeah, it's like you're making pizza dough. You okay? Get all of it up in there. Get it all done about.
All the flour, all the eggs and milk.
Mm-hmm. And you want to make sure that you have a clean area to to do your dough with as well.
Uh-huh. Always.
Yep. Really get up in there. Get all of it mixed together real good.
Kind of like kneading the dough.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're doing. You're kneading the dough.
Flour on the side. Oh. I just keep making messes just like
That's okay. Let me show you. Oh, let me take off my ring.
Don't want to get your ring all dirty.
Yep, don't want to cook a ring in it. So let's go ahead and...
Like push it down?
Yep, you push it down. You get all the flour up in there. You get it all in there.
Make a smooth texture.
Yeah. Yep.
Like this?
Yep. But you want to keep it all together.
I think I could do that. Maybe just like flip it over to go onto the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I spilled it on my hands.
Oh, you will.
It's sticky, alright.
Yeah, it is. One reason why you get flour. Let me get some little bit of flour on my hands.
Flour.
Get some flour. There you go. Rub it in. Now do it.
Now it's really hard.
So while she is mixing this dough, what I am going to do is I filled my cast iron skillet. I have a big cast iron skillet, and I filled it halfway. I'm going to go ahead and start getting that going. So whenever we get the pies ready, we can just drop them in and get them frying.
I knead the dough and mix it all up to make it stick together.
Yep.
Well, she does that. Hey, now I have flour in my nose.
Okay, let's take this out of the bowl.
Ooh, that's pretty crumbly.
Yep.
It's easier to do it outside of the bowl.
Yep.
There's a lot of flour.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a tad bit of milk to it just to get all of the regular pieces together.
Is it getting kind of hard?
Yep.
It is turning into dough.
Yep. I'm just going to add like a tablespoon of milk.
Can I pour it in? Granny,
What, baby?
can I pour it on?
Give me just a second.
I'm going to make a hole inside the middle so it doesn't spill. There we go.
There you go. Pour that in the middle. There. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what is a teaspoon of milk going to do? It's going to do a lot.
Yep. A little goes a long way.
That's exactly right. A little goes a long way.
I'm trying to get some off my hands. There's even some between my fingers.
Okay, so I told y'all that...
I'm going to go wash my hands.
Okay, go wash your hands. That you want to get it to a nice consistency.
Yep.
So I have that now. Move this to the side. Move this to the side. And where is my pastry cutter? Here it is. I'm going to go ahead and clean all of this to the side so that I can get ready to cut it. Because like I said, we're going to cut it in 8 pieces. It's going to make 8 pies.
Probably 8 medium-sized pies.
No, small. But let me get some more flour out.
Yeah, so I can dry off my hand. Don't want wet hand instead of flour and dough. Sifted.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it out some.
It's like Ooh, that's definitely looks like dough.
Yep.
Did you roll it out?
No, not yet. Right now I'm just doing it by hand. Okay, I'm going to cut this in half. Okay. We'll put that to the side for a minute. And we're going to cut it in half again.
Play-Doh.
Yep, Play-Doh. Cut it in half again.
These are little cake pieces.
Yep. To where it makes 4 pieces on each side. You want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Cut it in half. And then cut it in half again. There you go. Now cut it again. There you go. Now, we want to get flour on our hands again, so get you some flour.
Okay.
And we're going to make some little balls out of these. You're just going to roll it up in your hand, make a little ball out of it. Just like that.
Kind of crumbling.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm just going to like knead it into a ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's all coming apart.
Just make it into a ball.
And
That's what we're doing. We're just doing little dough balls.
I have to put a little bit more flour in my hand.
Yep, you want to make sure you keep flour on your hand.
I mean, it isn't sticking to my hand, but it also isn't sticking together.
It will. Once we get it rolled out, it'll be good.
I think I got that one to a ball. Did I do good on that one?
Yes, you did. You did really good on that one. And once you get them rolled into a ball, you want to let them sit for just a couple minutes to rest. And while that's sitting is when you get your area cleaned up and ready for the rolling pin. So once you get done with that, we're going to get everything cleaned up and we'll be right back. Okay, so you can see we have our area. It's all cleaned up. She has her little roller and I have mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take flour and put over the area where we're going to be working.
This roller is so adorable.
So we're going to
It's
put a
flour.
generous amount of flour.
That is a lot of flour.
Yes, but you have to have flour to work your dough. If you don't,
It feels
it's going to
so
stick.
soft.
So there's starting flour. Now you're probably going to need more flour throughout, and that's okay. It's the reason why you got flour, right?
Got flour on my stick.
Yep, flour your...
My roller.
You want to put flour on your rolling pin. You want to flour it up. So do you know how to roll out a piece of dough?
Yes.
What you do is you start
By smushing it.
by
and
smushing it
just
down. Correct.
Rolling it.
And we're going to make it thin. We're going to make it real thin, okay?
Really, really thin. It's
Yeah.
not. Does it have to be like a perfect circle?
No, it don't have to be a perfect circle.
I'm getting
Trust
used
me,
to this.
nothing is perfect.
Flour's on here so the dough doesn't stick on the table, right?
Correct.
Can we just flip over the dough?
Yeah, you flip over the dough.
Some more flour on the back. It has to be real thin. Really, really thin. Making sure it doesn't stick onto the rolling pin.
I think hers is better than mine.
How come?
Because mine is all wonky. Mine is very wonky.
It looks like a polar bear. Here's its body. Here's
Yep.
its head. Here's its legs.
Yep. Mine ain't even near a circle.
I am.
But you want to get it big enough to where you can put your fruit and everything in it.
Hers is flatter than mine. Hers is flatter than mine. Mine is just, I don't have real strong muscles, so I can't really.
You're doing good.
Mine's getting kind of wonky as well. But that's okay.
Wonky is good.
Flip it over again. I don't want to break it.
If you break it, you break it. Here, you want to try this one?
Yeah.
That one you can really push down on good.
Oh yeah, this one's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Feels a lot better too, so you don't have to roll it down to your wrist.
So you want to get it to where it's like paper thin. You don't want it too thick to where you're going to have more pastry than you are.
Yeah, thick pies.
Yeah. Let me see.
Can't really see the dough on the screen because of all the flour that's on it. Looks like I'm rolling flour right now.
Want me to help you?
Yeah. It's not really thin. My hands are covered in flour. Look at my hands.
Yep.
My hands are white. So we're going to put the dough in?
Yeah.
I think you're going to have to do that part.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna cook that. You're not gonna do that.
The dough looks great. Looks really flat. Thin as paper.
Yep, thin as paper. Okay, so hers is ready now. As you can see, it's really thin. So that's what we want. We want it thin.
Now yours is more circle-like.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I got our apples here and they're already cut up. So we're gonna make one apple and one cherry to start. Which one do you want to make?
Cherry.
Cherry? Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take just a couple of spoonfuls
Of cherry.
of the cherry.
Not too much. Like we're making little cherry roll-ups.
Yep. Now, you're going to want water. So you're going to take your fingers, dip it in some water, put it along the edge. Some people will use a brush. Matter of fact, I do have one.
You don't have to use your hands.
Yep. I said I had one, and I don't know where it went to. I have a couple of them.
Put it in here.
Okay, we're just going to use our fingers. And we're going to put water down. Okay. And what the water is going to do, it's going to help your pie stick together.
It's already sticking to me.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So, take your pie,
Just gonna fold
flip
it
it over,
Fold it up.
use your fingers to go around the edge of it.
It looks kind of like a taco.
Yeah, it looks like a taco, correct. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a fork, and we're going to finish sealing it. Now, what you're going to do is you're just going to
Press on it.
just press on it all the way around, okay? So, I'm going to make an apple one.
I made a cherry.
Yep, she made a cherry. I'm going to make an apple.
I like cherry.
Forgot the water. No.
That's how you make pie.
Okay, so I'm going to take and fold up my apple.
Yeah. You didn't put any water on it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
And then I'm going to take my fork and go around to make sure that it seals. Now, since it is sealed, I have a little knife here. I'm going to go and cut the excess away so it does not burn.
Can I try that?
Yeah.
They do look like little mini
There you
taco
go.
pies.
And then just make sure after you cut it that you go around it again to make sure that it's sealed and closed.
But not on top.
Correct.
So it collapse. I'm making sure I don't put it on way too far. It's gonna be leaking if it does. There we go. Go with the fork one more time.
And now your pie should look like that.
Kind of like a peanut butter and jelly, the ones by
Yep, the peanut butter and jelly pies, yep. And you can take your dough that's left over and make you another ball. Then you can have more pies.
Which we're gonna do.
Give me just a second to make sure that the grease is ready. I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I moved it over here to the stove to where I can fry these two pies up.
Yep. And that's what my granny is gonna do right now.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
I can't tell which one is mine and which one is yours.
I think this one is yours, this one is mine. So I'm gonna take it, put it in,
Oh, it's still.
and I'm gonna be very, very careful not
Don't want
to
to get burnt.
Yep, not to drop it on us. So what you're going to do is you're going to cook this for 2 minutes, 2 to 4 minutes per side, just until the golden brown.
Yep, and then it's going to be good as new.
Yep.
It's going to be really good.
Be ready to go.
Sorry, my tiny coffee on that.
Yep.
Really loud.
We got to make them. I have my stove set on medium low. What we're going to set them on.
Oh, that was so good. The cherry just squeezing out of it. I can see the apple in that one. Kind of looks like a kickback.
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay, let's check the other side. Almost. Almost. You want them till they're lightly golden brown.
They look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a little off just a little bit before we eat them though.
Oh yeah, they gotta cool off.
They just came out.
So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the oven because all we're doing is making 2 right now for the video, just so that we can show how it's done. And then we're gonna take and we're gonna clean the skillet out a little because you don't want to leave this stuff in it, because if you do, it can make the pie smell and taste burnt. So what we're going to do now is we are going to move over and we're going to make the topping for the fried pies. So let's get moved over. Okay, now we are going to do the topping, and what you need is 1 cup of powdered sugar. Go ahead and put that in there. That's a 1/2 cup. And now we're going to do one more for 1 cup.
You can put one in.
Oh, I can put that one in? Okay. Okay, that's 1 cup of powdered sugar.
What's this good?
Okay.
This flour just...
Now, we're going to do... What did I do with my spoons? I don't know what I did with them. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of cold milk.
Cold
Cold milk.
2 tablespoons. That's a tablespoon?
1,
Whenever I
2.
first found
And then you're
out-
going to mix it together. Mix it together, Boo.
With this spoon?
Yep.
Whenever I first found out about a tablespoon, I thought it was the size of a table.
Mix it really good.
The bottom, the sides.
Yep, get the bottom, the sides, everything. Mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it.
Getting pretty hard now.
Yep. Let's get a little splash of milk. There, now mix it all.
Smells like cinnamon.
You want cinnamon in it?
It smells like it.
There's no cinnamon in it yet. But we can add cinnamon.
Hey. What is Penny doing?
Waiting for something to go onto the floor. I'm going to put a dash of cinnamon in it. I stir that all up.
Cinnamon. Now it smells like cinnamon. It really does.
Stir it really good.
It's like what you put on cinnamon rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I think I stirred it all up. Yeah, I stirred it all up. Okay. I'm gonna get this in the cool off.
Okay, so we have our pies here. As you can see, this one is cherry and this one is apple.
Uh-huh.
So what we're going to do,
I'm gonna put it on there.
yep, we're going to pour a little bit of glaze on it. Make sure it's stirred up really, 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 really good.
Did I do good?
Yeah, you did really good. So just put your little glaze on it.
Are we gonna do it on each side?
Just one side gets glazed.
Do we gotta let that dry?
Yep, you have to let it dry.
And what are we gonna do meanwhile?
We're going to make more pies.
Oh, okay. This is really fun to play with. It has some cherry in
I think I might have created a monster here.
it.
She'll want to come be doing cooking videos with Grammy all the time. Okay, so we're going to let those dry. And once they're dry, we're going to do a taste test. But let me show them to you. Look at that. Look at
They
how
look
they
so good.
look.
I want to eat them up.
But we got to let them cool a little bit because they're still a little just too hot to
Now that
eat.
the cherry is poking out, kind of looks like tomato sauce.
It looks like tomato sauce. But we know it's cherry. It ain't
Yeah,
tomato
it's
sauce.
cherry.
So we're going to let this cool off for a minute. And then we are going to do a taste test. Be right back. Okay, so we're back for the taste test.
We said it.
And I cut up the pies.
It looks amazing.
Look at that.
You should try this at home.
Yes, y'all should try this at home, she says. Okay, so we're going to give these pies a try and see how they are. Get you a pie, whatever pie you want. You want cherry or you want apple? We'll try cherry first. Okay, we're going to try the cherry first, y'all. And now it still might be hot. What you think?
It's really good.
Really good? The dough is crispy. That's good. The topping of the powdered sugar is really good. You like it?
Yeah.
She had to wash her hands.
There's flour all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Flour all over my hand.
The cherry is definitely a thumbs up. What you think?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I love the cherry. I never had cherry pie before.
You've never had cherry pie before?
Nuh-uh.
Oh my God, did y'all hear that? She's not from Texas, y'all. Never had a cherry pie.
Yeah, I might have had one whenever I was little.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, let's taste the apple.
Where should I?
You see one out of there. Oh, here it is. Okay, we're going to taste the apple now.
Go ahead if you want.
No, go ahead. I'm waiting for you. This is our video. So, we're going to taste the apple. I have to say the apple's my favorite. What do you think? You like the cherry or the apple better?
Apple.
Apple? Yep.
Tastes like green apple.
Like the Granny Smith apples? Mm-hmm.
Kind of cinnamony, kind of green apple at the same time. It's really
The
good.
tartness.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's really good.
So, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I know I enjoyed having Natalie here spending time with me making this. And we've got a lot more pies to make because...
Give it a thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs up, she says. But I hope you enjoyed this. And I want to thank you, Natalie, for coming over and being a part of my video.
Welcome.
And being a part of Pafford Homestead. You are Pafford Homestead. So, thank you. Stay safe, be blessed, and I hope you try this in your kitchen with your kids, your grandkids, neighbors, whatever you want to do. The pies, they make good breakfast food, snacks to send in lunch boxes, picnics, take fishing, you know, just for a little snacky poo, or just like us, just because we wanted it. So stay safe, be blessed, and until next time, thank you for watching Pafford Homestead.
Bye.
Bye!